What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz9T7, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona, as we get ready to kickstart the King of the Ring. That's right, we are opening things off with the first match of the first round. This one will be a clash. A few weeks in the making, actually. These two men confronted each other backstage a couple of weeks ago. Got into a bit of a scuffle. Thankfully, security was there to break things up before they got too out of control. They've been kept apart since then, but now they can settle their differences in the ring. The winner, of course, advancing to the second round of the King of the Ring tournament. This one will be between Apollo Crews and Drew McIntyre. And the winner of this matchup will go on to face the winner of tonight's main event, the second of our two King of the Ring matchups for the evening. That one will be, of course, the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin, taking on the leader of the Outcasts, Axel. We've got a very action-packed episode of Monday Night Raw in store for you. Of course, we're still coming off of the just chaotic World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match last week. I mean, we saw several new faces appear and just hijack the match. So there's going to be some interesting fallout. We got to figure out what's going on there. And more. There is more sure to come. The tag team champions, Heath Slater and Bo Dallas, will be in action as well. So very exciting episode of Monday Night Raw in store for you this evening. And it is going to be a red hot start right here on the red brand, because Apollo Crews going up against the Savage Scotsman, the Scottish Terminator, Drew McIntyre, who made a triumphant return to the WWE just over a month ago when he took on Randy Orton in his return match. That was, of course, the King of the Ring qualifier. Randy Orton put up a valiant effort, but at the end of the day, he was not strong enough, was not tough enough to stop the Savage Scotsman, whose reputation has spread like wildfire since that matchup with Orton, since his little backstage clash with Apollo Crews. Everybody knows who this man is, Drew McIntyre. His first run in the WWE, he certainly did not have the kind of presence that he has already managed to create for himself. He's already got the buzz surrounding him, and Drew McIntyre tonight could look to continue what has already started off as a very impressive run here on Monday Night Raw. But to do that, he'll have to go through Apollo Crews, who has created quite the controversy surrounding himself, as Apollo Crews, a former SmackDown superstar, ended up getting released of his contract on SmackDown, came over to Monday Night Raw, and, well, there was of course, we heard what the SmackDown general manager Lita had to say about Apollo Crews. But we'll put that on hold for right now, because Apollo Crews and Drew McIntyre are just having a slugfest out there. Like I said, these two, they couldn't even wait for this official matchup. They got into a brawl backstage a few weeks ago. So, these two men have just been chomping at the bit, ready for this clash. We've already seen Drew McIntyre lighting up Apollo Crews with wicked knife-edge chops. Drew McIntyre. Oh, but Apollo Crews is going to chop back. Well, this will be interesting if Apollo Crews wants to try to match chops with Drew McIntyre. I mean, already, Apollo Crews, his chest starting to be lit up a beet red. McIntyre perhaps as well. That could be the trajectory of this matchup we're headed for. But right now, Drew McIntyre could be looking to wrap this one up quickly here with the inverted Alabama Slam. There's the cover 2 count, and no. Close but no cigar. Drew McIntyre gets the 2 count, but Apollo Crews kicks out before the 3. So this match will continue. There's another knife-edge chop from Drew McIntyre. Big boy, big chops. Drew McIntyre, and again, just continues to light him up in the corner. But Apollo Crews chops back. And Drew McIntyre. Some of those devastating chops in the game. And Apollo Crews is trying to go blow for blow with him here, but I don't know if that's the smartest strategy. Is McIntyre able to counter, get the boot up to the face? Of course, two perhaps future world champions in this matchup tonight, Drew McIntyre and Apollo Crews. It's going to be a clash for the ages. Oh, to say the least. Drew McIntyre just caught Apollo Crews straight in the chest with a vicious kick. As Crews was looking to perhaps duck over the back in the corner. Did not work out for him. Drew McIntyre had it scouted. And now McIntyre, no, a counter by Apollo Crews. You want to talk about well scouted? Apollo Crews doing a good job at keeping himself alive in this matchup. As Apollo Crews has Drew McIntyre. Oh! Hangs him out to dry on that top rope. That'll crush the wind out of Drew McIntyre. Maybe that'll shut him down for a bit. Maybe that'll be certainly one way to try to stop the vicious strikes of McIntyre. As Apollo Crews now just calling him on here. Gonna take him into the corner, and Apollo Crews gets him with a splash in the corner again. Apollo Crews, as I said, came over to the Red Brand with a bit of controversy for himself, but he says that he will become the next king of the ring. He says that he's going straight to the top. He's going to take the opportunities that he was not given on SmackDown. And he says he's going to be the next big thing, perhaps, here in the WWE. But Drew McIntyre, as I've said, he has been here once before. He knows the taste of failure. He knows what it's like to sit at the... Well, geez, I mean, this matchup just continues. The brawl continues. It's Apollo Crews not backing down in the slightest. He doesn't care about the size, about the viciousness of Drew McIntyre. Apollo Crews, well, he's certainly a stubborn one. He'll go blow for blow with McIntyre if he has to. But as I was saying, McIntyre, he has tasted failure before. And perhaps those failures, I'd imagine, have made McIntyre the man who he is today. He doesn't want to have that fate again. He's all the more determined, all the more driven to make it to the top. But Apollo Crews could be just as driven. He failed once on SmackDown, much like McIntyre, but Apollo Crews springing back into action with a clothesline and a kip up. Apollo Crews takes down Drew McIntyre. The momentum in the corner of Apollo Crews. With the enziguri out of the back of McIntyre's head, might have knocked him out cold one. No! Not even a 2 count. Drew McIntyre kicks out at 1. And Apollo Crews cannot believe it. I can barely believe it. But that's just the stubbornness on display from Drew McIntyre. And Apollo Crews is saying, okay, if that's how you want to play it, let's go. And Drew McIntyre saying, bring it on. This is only just beginning. As Apollo Crews backs McIntyre into the corner with a punch, but McIntyre now takes him back to the corner and back to the chops. Drew McIntyre, knife edge chops, and now look at Drew McIntyre just pummeling him in the corner. McIntyre, a flurry of right hands in the corner. Drops Apollo Crews down to the bottom, and now driving a knee right into the face. But McIntyre, of course, is not done. He's calling Crews to his feet, saying, I got one more shot for you. Crews up on the shoulders. Oh, gutbuster. Gutbuster will crush the wind out of the lungs of Apollo Crews. And Apollo Crews certainly... Oh my God. What a headbutt by McIntyre. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. Crews is out. Crews is out. No, he's not. I thought he might have a concussion off a headbutt like that. But Apollo Crews kicks out. He's still in this thing. Unbelievable. I figure Apollo Crews has a speed advantage, but you can't really move around the ring at a breakneck pace if you get knocked silly by a headbutt like that. So Apollo Crews looking to create some separation now. Drops McIntyre to the outside. Looking to catch his breath. Oh, but the referee now. Wait, Crews has distracted the referee. Randy Orton just jumped the barricade. That's the Viper. Randy Orton. Look out for RKO. RKO on the outside. Randy Orton, the man who McIntyre defeated to qualify for this matchup, has struck with an RKO out of nowhere. And McIntyre dumped back in the ring. The referee was distracted by Apollo Crews. The referee didn't see the interference. Randy Orton looking to get payback for his defeat at the hands of McIntyre. And now Drew McIntyre is out. Apollo Crews looking to capitalize on the damage done by Randy Orton. Oh, and the Crews control. No, not this way. Not this way. Apollo Crews pins Drew McIntyre off the assist from Randy Orton. And Apollo Crews will advance to the second round of the King of the Ring tournament. That's unbelievable. Randy Orton disguised himself as a fan, jumped out of the crowd Well, I don't know if he disguised himself really, but he was hidden in the crowd somewhere, jumped the barricade, and he saw the opportunity and he struck. He laid out McIntyre with an RKO and just handed the victory to Apollo Crews on a silver platter. I mean, this is not the way this matchup was supposed to go down. Apollo Crews and McIntyre were on set for one hell of a clash, but Randy Orton took the match out of McIntyre's hands. He just handed it to Apollo Crews. So Crews gets the victory. I'm sure he doesn't care. He'll win by any means necessary, but it's a bit of a hollow victory here for the crowd. So McIntyre has been eliminated. Apollo Crews will go on to face the winner of tonight's matchup, Curtis Axel and Baron Corbin. But of course, next week on Monday Night Raw, the King of the Ring tournament will roll on as Sin Cara will take on Seth Rollins in one of our two matchups, the second between Sami Zayn and Fandango. And then on the next episode of SmackDown, coming up next, it'll be Rusev versus Daniel Bryan, and it'll be Dean Ambrose versus Eric Young. So we got two matches for next week's show, two matches for the next episode of SmackDown. So stay tuned for that. And of course, the winner will receive a world title match in the main event of Survivor Series, but the finals of this King of the Ring tournament, the semifinals and the final matchups, will take place at our next pay-per-view, Backlash. That is coming up in the next few weeks. Stick around, stay tuned for that. We will have more updates for the Backlash card as we get closer to the event. But right now, we've got tag team action in store for you, and this is an interesting pairing to say the least. We've got Kalisto and Sheamus, two men who failed to qualify for the King of the Ring, two men who have been down on their luck in recent weeks, or in recent months even. I mean, of course, Kalisto was betrayed by his former Lucha Dragon partner, Sin Cara, who, as I said moments ago, will take place in one of our two matchups in the King of the Ring next week. But Kalisto was sold out by Drew McIntyre, so Sin Cara could join the Outcasts. And Sheamus, well, he's just been struggling for, I mean, his ongoing struggle really ever since he lost the world title on SmackDown has been well documented. Came over to Monday Night Raw, tried to get his foot in the door. He's been struggling a bit to do that. But maybe this is a surprise alliance that could work out. It's certainly going to be a trial by fire, so if we want to see what this makeshift team of Sheamus and Kalisto is truly made of, we'll see how they fare when they go toe-to-toe with the tag team champions, Heath Slater and Bo Dallas of the Outcasts. Of course, Slater and Dallas, they are set to take on The Revival. They are set to defend those tag team titles at a later date that is yet to be announced. But Bo Dallas, Heath Slater, they've been pretty impressive as the Raw Tag Team Champions so far. They're two title defenses as of yet. Perhaps not the big money matches, not the big impressive displays that they would like. Their last matchup against the Club at SummerSlam was won by a roll-up, which by all intents and purposes, that matchup should have been won by Gallows and Anderson, but their ego got the better of them, and Dallas and Slater were able to capitalize on that. And then before that, their only other defense against the Usos was also not as successful as they would have wanted it to be, because that match was interrupted by Gallows and Anderson. So the Outcasts still have something to prove. I mean, they've held those tag titles for quite a bit now. Their victory over the Primetime Players was not mired in any controversy. They did win that matchup fair and square. So we know that Dallas and Slater have what it takes to, at the very least, win the titles. But perhaps their reputation as the current reigning and defending champs is a little up in the air, to say the least. But tonight they're taking on this makeshift team, this makeshift alliance between Sheamus and Kalisto. So we'll see how this matchup plays out. You saw there Kalisto, the minute he started to turn this momentum around, started to get it in his own corner. Heath Slater took the cheap shot, coming to the aid of Bo Dallas, and now Kalisto, he gets whipped into the corner. And now Kalisto at the mercy of the Outcasts as he gets whipped off the ropes. Kalisto, oh my goodness, a double back body drop by Slater and Dallas. And Slater, well, you see Slater's mocking him, but Slater, you took your eyes off the prize. What are you doing? Slater just blatantly allowed Kalisto to make the tag to the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, and the former world champion coming in like a house of fire. As he just dropped Heath Slater with a drop kick. Sheamus has completely turned this matchup around. He's changed the complexion of this matchup. The crowd is electric. Sheamus going to work on Heath Slater, driving the knee down. And well, much like what we saw at SummerSlam with Gallows and Anderson, tonight it is Heath Slater's ego who could perhaps be the undoing of the Outcasts. And now you see Slater's trying to sneak by. Slater, while Sheamus was posing for the crowd, Slater tried to make the tag to Bo Dallas, but Sheamus, he's wiser than Slater appears to be, as he cut him off with the pass. Now look at this tag made to Kalisto. Look at that. Assisted white noise. Very interesting combination there. So Kalisto and Sheamus, we said we weren't sure how this tag team would play out, but I mean, hey, that was a pretty good looking move right there. Maybe Kalisto and Sheamus have what it takes. Maybe they could pull off a shocking upset. Well, not if Slater and Dallas are able to continue getting those cheap shots in like that. Because once again, as soon as Kalisto starts to go on the offensive, one of the members of the Outcasts is able to take a cheap shot on him and completely halt his momentum. Is now tag made to Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas, a shot to the arm there. And he's going to take Kalisto down to the canvas with a side Russian leg sweep. That's smart. Kalisto, he's all about that high-flying move. All about those high-flying moves. All about speed, quickness. So keep him grounded. Keep him on the canvas. That's what Dallas and Slater need to do when they're going up against the human pinball that is Kalisto. His entire body's a weapon. He can hit you with anything from anywhere. He's one of the best high flyers in the biz, so you don't want to let him pick up the pace. Kalisto right now. Kalisto, he's starting to back Dallas into the corner. Kalisto could be on the verge of making a tag to Sheamus here. No. Bo Dallas able to counter. Avoided the drop kick. And now Bo Dallas, 2 vicious elbows. Kalisto still on his feet, but not for long. The third elbow drops Kalisto back down to the canvas, and now Bo Dallas again. Just gonna bury these knees into the side of Kalisto's head. Bit more of a back and forth contest as I might have expected. I have to say, been a little impressed by what I've seen from Kalisto and Sheamus here tonight, but at the same time, these are the tag team champions they're facing, so perhaps it makes sense. Well, Slater, what are you doing? He did it again. Slater took his eyes off Kalisto this time. He was mocking Sheamus. I guess he figured, well, as long as I've got my eyes on the other man, there won't be a tag made, but he didn't consider that Kalisto might spring back to his feet and turn things around as he just did there with that roll-through kick. And I mean, the Outcast may blow this one. Heath Slater could cost this team the match tonight. As another tag made, Sheamus back in the match. We saw how that worked last time for this team. And look at this, we're getting another good display of tag team teamwork here from Slater and Sheamus and Kalisto. Slater the one getting pinned there, but Dallas able to break that up. But the distraction by Bo Dallas is going to get Slater another opportunity to regain control in this matchup, but not for long because Sheamus strikes back. And now Sheamus with the clubbing blows. Now delivers the knee to the midsection and just kicks. Stomps a mud hole in Heath Slater. Oh no. Bo Dallas was trying to call for the tag, but Sheamus, he's tired of taking cheap shots, and now he's going to make Bo Dallas pay for it. As Sheamus just trying to cave Bo Dallas's chest in with several. Oh, wait a minute, Slater. Slater taking advantage off the distraction. Heath Slater, Gutbuster. Gutbuster takes down the Celtic Warrior. Bo Dallas now getting back up to his feet. So Dallas, he may have paid the price momentarily, but the distraction will ultimately bear fruit for the Outcast. It's now a drop toe hold into an elbow drop. Beautiful combination. Beautiful teamwork there from Bo Dallas and Heath Slater. As now, look at this. Kalisto dumped inside the ring as Sheamus gets back to his feet. Oh, look at this, look at this. Bo Dallas with a bulldog right on top of Kalisto. So both men, their skulls might have just collided there. Kalisto now getting dumped outside of the ring. Sheamus is still a little groggy. I think they might have bumped skulls off that bulldog. So very well-placed offense by Bo Dallas may just be enough to turn this match around, and they might be about to put it to bed. As Bo Dallas now has him up. Power bomb, elbow drop combination. Slater, hook of the leg on Sheamus. This may do it. 1, 2, 3, and the Outcasts pick up a major victory here tonight against the, I gotta admit, the surprisingly impressive alliance of Kalisto and Sheamus. They were actually able to work together pretty well out there. So, maybe there is a future for this team. But the key word there is future, not present. Because in the present, in the here and now, they come up short tonight against Slater and Dallas. But you never know. Maybe the future will hold something for them. All I know is that the future for the Outcasts lies with Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the Revival. It will be the Outcasts versus the Revival for the Tag Team Championships, the Raw Tag Team titles. Sometime in the next few weeks, we will eventually figure out when that match will be. We are awaiting the announcement from the Raw General Manager, Dolph Ziggler. But it is sure to be an exciting match, to say the least. And speaking of the Raw General Manager, there he is, Dolph Ziggler, talking with the Brian Kendrick backstage. It looks as though Brian Kendrick wants a title match with Noam Dar, but he's not going to get it. And he says, well, fine, I don't need your approval. I'm going to go find Noam Dar, and I'm going to kick his teeth down his throat. Wait a minute. That's Samoa Joe. Well, Brian Kendrick, his luck goes from bad to worse as he runs into the angry Samoa Joe, who just lays him out with a powerbomb on the concrete floor backstage. And now Samoa Joe making his way into the GM's office. Surely Samoa Joe is absolutely livid with the events that unfolded last week. Dolph Ziggler telling Samoa Joe to calm down. Well, Samoa Joe, calm is about the last thing he's feeling right now. I mean, Dolph Ziggler did say that his security team was on the lookout for Triple H last week. They weren't. But Samoa Joe not mincing any words. And I apologize for the language. Samoa Joe is just furious. I mean, he brings up a fair point. You'd think if security had this place on lockdown, that two guys like that would just be able to slip through unnoticed. It's a little suspicious. But Samoa Joe, I mean, all he's got on his mind is destruction as always. He just wants to beat the piss out of somebody, whether it's Triple H or his cronies. The two men who appeared during the world title match last week. Well, and clearly, Samoa Joe, we know what he thinks of Dolph Ziggler's management. He believes that Dolph Ziggler told Samoa Joe to take a few weeks off to cool down. He doesn't want Samoa Joe to ruin this show, and Joe replies, well, Ziggler, you seem to be doing a pretty good job of that yourself. Do you really even need me for that? So, Dolph Ziggler, he says he's going to see what he can do. He's going to see if he can grant Samoa Joe's wish. Samoa Joe, he said, you know, if I find out that you are somehow affiliated in all this, well, Samoa Joe said that there will be no in-ring return for Dolph Ziggler. So, Dolph Ziggler certainly under fire I mean, he's really only been the GM around here for a month, but already so much chaos. Dolph Ziggler's already, I think he's had a full plate since day one, since night one. And things only continue to go from bad to worse for Dolph Ziggler. But right now, we move on to some singles competition. We're picking up where we left off last week, as Mojo Rawley will be going one-on-one with the final member of the Party Animals. We might as well make it the trilogy, as Mojo Rawley last week was defeated in a King of the Ring qualifier by Fandango, and then after the fact, Rhino got in his face, and Mojo said, well, Rhino, you want to fight me? Let's go. And so that was an impromptu second match was made, and Rhino, well, he made Mojo look like an idiot. So tonight, Mojo Rawley, he's run the gambit. Here's the final man of the Party Animals he's going to be going up against. This is No Way Jose, and No Way Jose looking to keep the party rolling. He's looking to bring a fiesta here to Monday Night Raw. And really, No Way Jose is the only member of the Party Animals at this point who is not under a Raw contract, but he's got the opportunity to earn one tonight via the rules of the new Superstar Initiative. So, No Way Jose has a lot to gain from this matchup tonight. Mojo Rawley could be looking to try to put the Party Animals behind him and try to end things on a high note by robbing Jose of a potential Raw contract. And of course, Fandango and Rhino coming down here to ringside as well. So we'll see how this plays out. Mojo Rawley, have to imagine the wounds of last week are still got to sting a bit. The humiliation of getting rolled up by Fandango, and then after daring Rhino to fight him in a match while Rhino was still dressed in basically the same dress pants and shirt he's wearing tonight. No ring attire. Well, now look at this. The crowd, they're Fandango-ing. Fandango and Rhino firing up the crowd. Rhino and Fandango seem to be saying, come on, Mojo, join the party. Mojo perhaps, well, no, he doesn't seem to be buying into it. I mean, Fandango and Rhino, it almost seems like they want Mojo Rawley to join the party animals, perhaps. They just want him to join the party to have fun. But Mojo's not buying it. Mojo's not having any of that. He's not the partying type anymore. Formerly of the Hype Bros, you think maybe he might be interested, but clearly not. So this matchup's just going to go on. We've got this scheduled matchup. No Way Jose versus Mojo Rawley. Mojo, no nonsense, going straight for the headlock. Just delivering these elbows to the back of the neck of No Way Jose, who's able to whip him off and caught him with a big boot. A nice shot by No Way Jose. And now No Way Jose coming at him with the jabs. No Way Jose has got a bit of a wicked punch there, but Mojo Rawley strikes back. And now No Way Jose off the ropes. And a clothesline from Mojo. So Mojo, he's going to have to put Fandango and Rhino out of his head. He's going to have to just focus on No Way Jose. We know how much it seemed as though the partying antics of Fandango and Rhino were certainly getting under Mojo's skin. But right now, he seems to be laser focused on the opponent at hand, No Way Jose, as he just tosses him across the ring. And now look at this, just mocking Rhino and Fandango. Saying, look at your boy. Look at what I'm doing to him. Mojo, he's looking to humiliate the party animals tonight, just like they humiliated him. As look at this. Oh, spins him around. And a devastating power slam. Goes for the cover on Jose, but Jose able to kick out. Mojo nearly put away Jose right there, and you see Rhino now. Rhino starting to perhaps get a little serious now. He's paying closer attention to his pupil, his disciple, No Way Jose. Of course, Rhino, the former ECW legend, has taken these two men, Jose and Fandango, under his wing. And, the fruits of his training certainly bore fruit for Fandango last week. We'll see if they can do the same for No Way Jose. As Jose now has Mojo from behind. Look at that. Full Nelson slam. Brilliantly executed from Jose. And now Jose to the corner. Jose just taking a moment to relax. Stay loose out there. Keep cool. As Mojo Rawley whipped off the ropes, and No Way Jose swings him around and slams him down. Perhaps returning the favor for that power slam Mojo delivered earlier. And No Way Jose continuing to keep the crowd hot, keep them fired up for this thing, because that's how these men roll. They live off the lifeblood of the crowd, off the energy of the audience. And now the cover by Mojo may have put... No, Mojo able to kick out. It was Jose who had the cover, but Mojo hanging in this thing for dear life. As now it's Jose who delivers the elbow right to the face, the point of the elbow right across the nose of Mojo Rawley. There's Mojo able to counter back now, sending Jose into the corner. Wait, what's he got cooking here? No Way Jose whipped off the ropes, and Mojo, with a full head of steam, just bowled him over like a linebacker. Of course, Mojo, former American football player, he, I guess putting that background to good use there, just straight up tackled No Way Jose. But Jose, he's still in this thing. It's going to take more than a tackle to keep him down. Oh, slingshot suplex. No, slingshot Falcon Arrow, my mistake. And again, Jose back to the corner. He's not fazed by Mojo's offense one bit. And now Mojo goes to the corner. He's winding something up. Oh, there it is, the wind up. Here it comes, the pitch. He calls that the fastball punch, and Mojo may have just struck out. 1, 2, 3 strikes, and Mojo Rawley is out. No Way Jose picks up the win. He picks up a Raw contract. And the Party Animals, once again, make a mockery of Mojo Rawley, whose woes continue as clearly his attempt to strike out as a singles star has not worked out for him much at all, as his first 2 singles matchups result in a loss to Fandango. I should say the first 3. I almost forgot about the impromptu match to Rhino. So Mojo, he's 0 for 3 as a singles star right now. And clearly the party animals, Mojo needs to just stay away from these 3. Mojo, he can't keep up. The party's too strong. And if you're not here to party, well then you might as well get out, because there's no crash in this party. It's Fandango, Rhino, and No Way Jose celebrating at the base of the ramp. Tremendous Oh no. The red lights, that can only mean one thing. Oh my god. The party animals have been taken out. Oh, and there he is. The demon. The demon has struck. Out of the shadows. The demon strikes down 4 men and says, your day of reckoning is coming. Clearly an ominous message to Cassius Ohno from Finn Balor. He lays out the party animals. He lays out Mojo Rawley, and well, I guess the party's over, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on the next episode of SmackDown, we will finally crown a new women's champion, as it will be a fatal 4-way between Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. We caught up with them earlier in the night, and here are their thoughts on the matchup at hand. Besides just getting their thoughts on the matchup, we also asked them for their thoughts on the Riot Squad situation, on the possibility of interference in the Fatal 4-Way. And that's all the interview footage we've got, folks, so be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of SmackDown, where a new women's champion will be crowned in this chaotic Fatal 4-Way. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the evening. This is the second of our 2 King of the Ring matchups this evening. The winner of this one will go on to face Apollo Crews in the second round. They will move on to the quarterfinals. And this one certainly has a lot of baggage going into it. You could call it a WrestleMania rematch of sorts, but really, this is the WrestleMania match that we never got. Because Curtis Axel, his WrestleMania moment was robbed by Baron Corbin, who no-showed him. At the time, Baron Corbin was the United States champion. He was set to defend his title against Axel. But Baron Corbin couldn't be bothered to show up. He didn't think Axel was enough of a threat. He, I guess, was bored at the idea, so he just didn't show up. And so, Curtis Axel, he won the match. He won the United States Championship by forfeit, a title which he would later lose only 8 days after Mania to Adrian Neville. So Curtis Axel his reputation certainly took a bit of a nosedive because of that. I mean, he had worked so hard to get to that moment at WrestleMania. That was going to be his big moment, his chance to really break out as a singles guy here on Raw, to really establish the credibility of the Outcasts. But Baron Corbin took it all away. Baron Corbin made Curtis Axel a laughingstock by not even considering him enough of a threat to even make an appearance at the show of shows, WrestleMania. Who does that? Well, Baron Corbin does that. That's the kind of guy Baron Corbin is. And so Baron Corbin, he said this time he's here. I mean, he clearly has showed up, so that wasn't a lie. But that's only because this time Baron Corbin has something to gain by fighting Curtis Axel. He doesn't care about Curtis Axel as a person. He still doesn't respect him. He still doesn't respect him as a competitor, an athlete. He doesn't see him as a threat. But he has to be here because now Baron Corbin needs this King of the Ring tournament. Seth Rollins was his meal ticket, but Corbin lost all of that when he was defeated by Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. So now Baron Corbin, now he'll fight Curtis Axel because, I mean, he can't back down from this matchup. At WrestleMania, I guess the US title didn't matter to Baron Corbin. He had outgrown it. So he had nothing to lose in his mind. But tonight, I mean, he has everything to lose. If he loses here, then that's bye-bye to his hopes of winning the King of the Ring tournament and earning a guaranteed world title match. So Baron Corbin, he's going to go one-on-one with Curtis Axel tonight in the main event of Monday Night Raw. As I said, it's the WrestleMania match we never got. Let's go! These two men lock up, collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring. And despite having a clear size disadvantage in this matchup, despite being the smaller man, it's Curtis Axel using that technical ability to out-grapple Baron Corbin here. Oh, but not for long. Not for long, because Baron Corbin turns it around into a Fujiwara armbar, but Axel able to slip through. Of course, when it comes down to technical ability, you got to give the edge to Curtis Axel, and I think getting into a brawl with Baron Corbin is not a smart idea, because that certainly is one of Corbin's specialties. As Curtis Axel now to counter, Baron Corbin ducks outside of the ring. Oh, wait a minute, look at the speed! Look at the speed of Baron Corbin! Gets thrown under the bottom rope, but how quickly he got back into the ring. Damn near took Curtis Axel's head off with a clothesline, and this one is off to a rocket pace right out of the gate. These two holding nothing back. Of course, as I said, a spot in the King of the Ring hangs in the balance. The winner moves on to round two. The loser is gone. And that'll be a potential world title match that goes up in smoke. Oh! And Corbin once again mocking Axel, took his eyes off of Curtis Axel, and Axel made him pay for it with a boot to the face. Baron Corbin, I think quickly he's going to realize that he can't underestimate Axel. He might not see this man as a threat, but I mean, if you're going to leave yourself wide open to a big boot like that, I mean, you deserve to lose. So right now, Axel's got the upper hand. He's going on the attack to Baron Corbin here, driving the knee into the back of the head. Perhaps, I'm sure, Axel just giving a little bit of payback to Corbin, driving the knee into his head earlier, just trying to make a fool out of him. But I mean, really, that's just the story of Curtis Axel's whole career, isn't it? He's always the fool. He's always the man who can't get the job done. He gets a couple of wins here and there, but he can't really build much momentum for himself. So, I mean, Axel, this really is the make or break it moment for him. It's the time for him to back up everything he said. Or, I guess, if he loses, we'll find out that he's just all talk. As Baron Corbin now goes off the ropes, builds up a full head of steam, and just clocks him on the side of the jaw with a vicious right hand. And now look at Corbin again, taking the chance to mock him, taking the chance to make fun of him. Axel the fool, Axel the clown, Baron Corbin. Well, he might not take Axel seriously, but like I said, he can't keep underestimating Axel like that. We know that's just how Corbin rolls, but, well, now look at this. Axel saying, okay, you're going to make fun of me. Well, then I'm going to beat you with some style. I'm going to make fun of you. Very personal, this match. Oh, jeez. Slingshot into the bottom rope. Very personal, very aggressive, this matchup. Because, like I said, Axel has everything to prove. Baron Corbin has everything to lose. It's a big fight feel here in Phoenix, Arizona. As Curtis Axel, vicious neck breaker right there to Corbin. And now Axel again, just grabbing him by the sides of the head, grabbing him by the hair, and just bouncing his head off the canvas. And the crowd seems to be getting behind Axel a little bit here tonight. Of course, when you're going up against someone like Baron Corbin, it doesn't take much to become a fan favorite. This crowd absolutely despises Baron Corbin. And Corbin, I mean, certainly giving them... Oh, wait, look at Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel out of nowhere, turning heads. And that may put Corbin away. Corbin might have got caught. He might have bit the bullet. No. Axel able to kick out. But Axel's starting to feel something here. He's starting to kick it up a notch. And I think Corbin, that's got to be your wake-up call. I mean, a 2 count, nearly a 3 count there. Corbin, if he continues to give Axel these kind of opportunities to keep wasting time, then Axel is going to make him pay for it. That's what I've been saying. As now Curtis Axel hangs him up in the trio. Whoa. And with a full head of steam, drives the knee right into the midsection, crushes the wind out of him. Now Axel going up to the middle rope. He missed this earlier, but he connects it now. Signature Curtis Axel going off the middle rope. And now a clubbing blow to the face of Baron Corbin. Oh, but Corbin caught that kick. Corbin caught the kick. And hit him with an even bigger strike, a clothesline. Knocked him out of his boots. And now Baron Corbin's got him by the throat. Baron Corbin, we saw him hit that on Zack Ryder in his qualifier. The choke slam backbreaker. And into the cover, there's 2, there's not 3. Close call for Axel, but he kicked out at 2.5. Corbin trying to argue with the referee. Trying to argue that it was a 3 count, but it was not. And now you see the frustration by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, I think he's finally realized that he's got to get serious. I think Baron Corbin now starting to go to that place. I mean, Corbin, he has an impressive track record here in Universe Mode. The only superstar who's been able to pin him, who's been able to actually defeat him, is Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Beyond that, Corbin is undefeated. So Baron Corbin, I mean, you might not like the guy, but he knows how to get the job done in that ring. As now Axel whipped off the ropes and into a big boot. Corbin, some retaliation from earlier in the match. And now Corbin, what's he doing? Oh, he's not going to do this again. Corbin again, taking the time to mock Axel. I guess that's just how much control Corbin feels he has over this matchup. But again, Corbin, he's playing with his food, and Axel gonna make him pay for it with the DDT. Snap DDT, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and Corbin might be done. No, he's not done. But again, Corbin toying with his food, toying with his prey, and it nearly costs him. This could be a tale of hubris tonight if Baron Corbin continues to make slip-ups like that. As Axel now sends him out. Corbin able to catch himself on the apron, but now Axel gonna catch him with a neck breaker, bringing him back inside the ring the hard way. But wait, Corbin back up to his feet. Corbin back to his feet, and he just cleaned him out with a clothesline. Axel rolls out to the apron trying to recuperate. But Baron Corbin, what a clothesline to turn this around, and now tosses Axel back in the hard way. Axel back inside the ring now. Baron Corbin could be looking to put Axel away now. Corbin's looking to go for the finish. He could be thinking end of days. And he's got him hooked. Oh no, Axel the counter. Axel reversed the end of days. And now Curtis Axel, he's got Corbin. Oh, the perfect plex. He might do it. 2, 3, no. What a counter by Axel. This crowd on their feet. This crowd thought Axel had it. Axel thought he had the win. I thought he had the win. A brilliant counter to the end of days, paying homage to his father, Mr. Perfect, with the perfect plex, but he couldn't put Corbin away, and now Axel's beside himself. Axel thought for sure that he had the win there. But, as I've been saying with Corbin, Axel can't lose his cool. He's got to stay on him, got to stay on the attack, and that's just what Axel's looking to do. Axel goes out to the apron. Oh, and look at this. That's not something we see too often from Curtis Axel. He's going up to the high rent district. He could be looking to take a big risk. Corbin back to his feet. Oh, but Corbin playing possum. Corbin caught him off guard with a punch. And now Axel's a sitting duck up on the top rope. Axel's a sitting duck. Baron Corbin up top. In no man's land. Superplex. Both men are down. Corbin gets to his feet first. And Curtis Axel. The rally might have just been snuffed out. As Axel now, Irish whipped. He goes off the ropes. Baron Corbin, end of days. Or I should say deep six, rather. 1, 2, no. Well, I thought the deep six might have been the end of days for Curtis Axel, but it is not. Axel will continue on, and now it's Corbin who's getting frustrated. Corbin. He's starting to doubt himself. He's starting to wonder what it's going to take to put Axel away. A brilliant performance out there from both men. As Axel doing whatever he can to hang in there. Baron Corbin just pummeling him. Pummeling him. He didn't expect this kind of a fight from Curtis Axel. Like I said, he didn't see him as a threat. And now Baron Corbin is losing it. Baron Corbin's going ballistic out there. Is now Axel down in the corner. Corbin just driving the knee into the face. I think Corbin's blown a gasket. He cannot believe that Curtis Axel is still alive in this matchup. But for the moment, he's still in control. And Axel may only have moments left as Baron Corbin has him up on his shoulders. Baron Corbin plants him. Hook of the outside leg, and this might be over. 2 count. And oh no! Axel gets the shoulder up again. He's still alive. And Baron Corbin. One more disrespectful kick to the back. Now the knee to the face. And Corbin still trying to compose himself. He's got to be thinking, what's it going to do to put Axel away? Is now Axel coming back for more? Axel with strikes of his own. Corbin down to a knee. Corbin back up to his feet, but Axel continues with these. Oh my God, Axel now drops him with an electric chair. Drops Baron Corbin with an electric chair, and for a man the size of Corbin, it's got to be like falling off of a second-story building. And now look at this, belly to belly. Belly to belly, Axel plants a lifeless Corbin in the center of the ring, and Axel gonna go back up top. He's gonna try to take this risk. Will it pay off this time? The splash, he gets it. Cover on Corbin by Axel. 1, 2, 3. Curtis Axel did it. Curtis Axel with the shock of the upset. He defeats Baron Corbin. The Lone Wolf defeated at the hands of Curtis Axel. And Curtis Axel gets the much needed retribution he was looking for. He avenges the WrestleMania moment that Baron Corbin stole from him. And he advances to the second round of the King of the Ring. What a performance by Curtis Axel. As I said, this was a make or break it match for him. But he did not disappoint. He got the job done. Against all odds, Corbin hit him with some of his biggest shots. I mean, Axel was fortunate enough to avoid the end of days, but there you see it. That's what did him in. The splash off the top rope. Axel doesn't normally go to the top rope, doesn't normally take those kind of risks. But tonight he did, and tonight it paid off. Curtis Axel, what a performance. The victory he needed. He has proven all the doubters wrong, and he will advance to the second round of the tournament. Axel, his hopes of perhaps winning the world title are still alive. And now I gotta think that Curtis Axel is a very strong contender to perhaps win the whole thing. He defeats Baron Corbin tonight. He will advance to face Apollo Crews in the quarterfinals. Who is going to win it all? Who is going to receive that world title match at Survivor Series? Well, folks, we are out of time. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.